and then we can start with introducing ourselves. All right, I think now everything's okay. So I would like to ask you guys to introduce yourselves so we can know a little bit more about each other, okay? Sydney, could you start?
Surely. Good afternoon, people. I'm Sydney. Currently, I live in Belo Horizonte, in the capital of Minas Gerais. I'm married. I'm 39 years old. I work as an accountant for the last 20 years. Uh, I think my objective here on Talking Talk, firstly, to improve my spoken English, and beyond it, to improve my communication skills. I believe that answers that questions give us different ideas to opportunity to exchange uh, our thoughts, to have different insights, and even in Portuguese, some of that questions is a little difficult, a little impossible to discuss with our colleagues, our peers. And about my personal life, I like to read books and articles in English. I like to watch movies and TV series. I like to hang out with my family, my friends, and I think that's it, guy. Thank you.
All right, very nice. And how about you, Peter? Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pedro. I have 23 years. Currently, I'm living in Recife, Pernambuco, but I'm from Natal, Rio Grande do Norte. And I'm a software engineer. I work from home. And I'm here to improve my English skills, get more vocabulary, and do some friends with you guys. It's that.
All right, very nice to meet you. And how
Nice
about
to
you,
meet you.
Beatriz?
Good afternoon. I'm Bia. I'm a designer. I'm here to improve my conversational skills. I always studied English, but I didn't have the opportunity to practice talking. And now I'm here. I like sports. I like gaming, and I live in São Paulo, but I'm not from here originally. I'm from Maceió, Alagoas, but I'm already here from 12 years.
All right, it's so nice to meet you and welcome to TNT. Now we have one more person, Maria. How are you doing, Maria?
Hi guys, how are you? Hi Mel, nice to see you again. Hi Beatriz. I also saw you in the Saturday, I think.
Yeah,
We saw each
Saturday.
other. Um, I have to introduce myself.
Yeah,
Okay. My name is Maria. I'm from Porto Alegre. I'm 25 years old. I have two cats and one dog. Um, I'm a designer. I'm currently unemployed. I'm from the social program here at Talk and Talk, and I'm here to learn how to speak in uh, speak because I have kind of como é que fala, tipo aquela ansiedade de falar em público, sabe?
anxiety.
Só que é tipo de falar mesmo assim, tipo falar com
Mm,
pessoas que eu não conheço.
I don't
E
know.
então I'm training uh, like two things at once here.
That's nice. That's that's the greatest, one of the best place for us to practice. And I can say it because I am shy too. I don't speak. I'm not a talkative person actually. So being here for me is like a challenge, but that's great. So I'm now going to introduce myself too. I'm Mel Tavares. I'm from São Paulo. I live here. I like to study languages. I intend to work with them in the future, uh, probably as a translator or interpreter. Let me see. I love animals too. I love eating, and that's it about me. Japanese food are great for me. So guys, just telling some things about the platform. Talking Talk is a platform where we can practice English, Spanish, Italian, French, and Mandarin. In the future, we'll be able to practice other languages too. And we are here to improve ourselves, to speak, to share our ideas, our thoughts. We are not here to judge anybody. We are here to make mistakes. And that's the main point. Express and expose ourselves to this conversation so we can improve a lot, not just talking about the English, but about so many other skills too. And just to set that clear, we are here is a conversation. This session of conversation is a conversation 100% in English. Of course, we can say some words in Portuguese if that's necessary, no problem. But it's mainly in English. And as I said in the beginning, today we're going to talk about the topic different attitudes, different results. So, Sydney, could you start reading and answering the first question?
Of course, surely. Let me see. Do you agree that changing attitudes and habits leads to different results than if we kept doing the same things? What makes you think that? Well, firstly, I strongly agree with it. I think attitude and habit lead to different results. My personal experience, background about that is since when I was a kid, I've been observing the people lives and take some of them like a model for me because I remember, especially some of my friends, they still in they didn't have some improvement in their lives. They have some difficult to achieve some results because they I think they act in a way that they well they don't push their push themselves too much to forward in terms of to develop their ability to develop their selves to improve their abilities. I think that they do things that it's all of the people do. They don't invest so much in their abilities, their studies, and because that they achieve the same result of the all of the majority of the people. So I try to take some role models and like a example for me, study their habits, their uh, their attitudes, and fit it to my life. I think everyone has a different life, have some different necessities and different capacities. So I try to take that kind of example, fit to my life, and try to improve myself and achieve my objectives. So that's it.
That's
Thank
nice. That's nice. And what do you think of it, Bia? Can I call you Bia?
you.
I was
Bia?
on mute, sorry. Yeah, sure, you can call me Bia. And yeah, I believe a lot in that because all we have control in life, it's how we do things and what we do, how we respond to people. So, and maybe sometimes we can change how people act, but we can change ourselves and by consequences we can change our environment. So let me see if what make me think that, because let me think a bit. I think everyone is different and every situation can be different. So we have to understand the context we are in and the people that are involved on a situation or on a problem, on a crisis. So we can act based on these factors because everything's changing and everyone is different. So I think we have to do things based on the context we are in. I think it's that my point of view.
Nasi, and I agree with you. You said about each person is different. We are not the same. We don't have the same. We don't like the same things. So it's different for each person, and I totally feel it. Like if that's something personal, it's something only only we can do things differently. If we want some changes in our lives, we need to start it for them to get the results of it. So I see it. And what do you think of it, Maria, about the number one?
Um, I I think there is no way to like keep doing the same thing and expect different results. Maybe like you can have luck and it can work out, but I think uh, most of the time uh, you will have the same results, you know. But also I think changing habits, it's really difficult. So I also understand the side of the person who is like doing the same thing, but I don't think it's really esqueci a palavra. Tipo, não é muito, não digo otimizado, mas sabe? Tipo, não é muito esperto, talvez. É isso.
I see. And what do you think of it, Peter? Do you agree with the guys?
So I think for me the answer is maybe, because changing your apps is directly to the results, but in some cases depends of the app, because if you change your app to, so like example, I don't know, I'm trying to lose weight, and I have a habit to eat ice cream nowadays. If I change just to eat it maybe 4 days, maybe don't have the results. Maybe the results will be the same. So absolutely, the apps directly to the results, but it's important to know how to change the apps and change for the correct apps. I think for me is that.
Okay. That's it. Yeah, if we make a change just for a while, a few days, that won't have the same results that would have if we kept doing this change for more time. So I see your point. And what do you think about the second question? How do you imagine yourself in 5 years' time if you did everything possible to have a good life?
So I imagine myself like a marriage, living in Natal here and again, with a dog, because I love dogs, and I had a dog in Natal, but uh she can't come with me to Recife, and there she stay with my mother and my dad. So I imagine it with a dog again, and working for some company at US or Canada. And it's that.
Mm-hmm. What do you do for a living?
I'm a software engineer.
Okay. And how's that for you, Bia? How do you imagine yourself?
I don't know if I imagine myself living anywhere else, São Paulo. I tried Brasilia for 6 months and I didn't adapt there. But I imagine myself with a high-paying job and a full remote job, so I can travel and work from anywhere in the world because I have sisters living abroad. So I imagine myself that I can spend half of the year with one sister, half of the year with another. If I want to come back to São Paulo and stay for a while, I can do that. I still have my living parents on Maceió, and if I want to spend 3-4 months there, I can do that. Meanwhile, I'm still supporting my own home, doing all this, being a digital nomad, basically. So I guess that having a financially stable life with proper security and doing the things I love, doing sports, having the money to do whatever I want, to travel, to support myself and help my family.
That's great. I kind of imagine the same things, like being able to 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 travel. I think the profession that I intend to achieve is a profession that give me the opportunity to do that. So I can travel, I can meet people, new places. I can have so many great experience, as I'd say. So that's why I'd say that. And in 5 years, I think I will be older. 5 years. No, just kidding. I think that will be a great moment for me to kind of reflect even more about what I want for more the next years of my life. Because at that point, I don't think that will be so easy. But I think I'll be more independent to like more than I am now, let's say, and be able to to do whatever I want, have more the what you said about the financial depend to be financial independent, something like that too. And how what do you imagine for you, Maria, about the number two?
I think in the best scenario possible, I would be the life I dream about is I would be working remote, but I also dream about living in another country, uh, working as a product designer. Um, I think in 5 years I would nossa senhora, I would have completed my gente, eu não lembro, tipo, não é segundo grau, especialização, pós-graduação, eu não sei como é que fala em inglês, porque eu sei que eles têm, uh, nossa senhora, termos específicos para os níveis, eu não lembro como é que é, mas isso. And I would have a lot of, tipo, ai, gente, desculpa, é que acabou de ter meus gatos estavam brigando aqui, daí eu acabei ficando um pouco avoada. Mas, tipo, my cats would have, like, their own houses, like, the tree houses, you know, that they can climb. I would have, I would travel a lot also, and I would have the possibility to help more animals in need, like stray cats, stray dogs, and things like that, because I would be making more money, so I would be able to like donate more food and medicine and things like that.
Nasi. These are great points. I do the same thing. I will do the same thing, help these animals because I really love them. And that's it. The best thing I can do to feel fulfilled, I'd say. And how about you, Sydney? What do you think?
As for me, if I achieve at least 50% of all my projects and plans, I imagine myself with a certain financial freedom I think have more time to myself, to do my hobbies, and to my family as well, providing them the better as possible in terms of feeding, education, and entertainment. I think to be more specifically in terms of job, I imagine myself working in an international company. It's one of the objective I have to study English, to learn English, and at least to work by myself. I think my own business nearby my house. It will be wonderful for me, especially not to have a opportunity not to waste a lot of time in the traffic every day. Uh, and the final of the things, having more quality of life. I think all of us have that objective to have a quality of life, and uh, but that things is most of the things we have our plans, but there are some we don't have control in some external situation. We we need to do all the things we have in our hands, but of course, something that could happen in our path that could change our plans. But for me specifically, I have not one plan, but two or three plans that I can change it in some times in order to achieve my main goals.
Let's see, that's great. You have this in mind. These are great points that you said. And Mia, about the third question, could you read it and answer? You're muted.
Yes, sorry. What current habits do you realize you need to change in order to have the life you just imagined? That's a tough one. I think I can improve a bit my focus on work because I can lose interest very fast if I don't really believe on the project I'm working on. So I think I have to find a way to detach myself from my idealism, from my profession. So I can so it can improve my
Go ahead.
productivity. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and choose another person to answer. Just one minute, guys. Finish.
Go Sydney.
Okay. Number three.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I already did one of that things. 8 years ago, I closed all my social media accounts because in those days I decided to make my second graduation and to curse my second graduation and also to come back to study English. So I need to find time to make time to do it. And I realized that I've I've I had spent a lot of time on social media, especially Facebook, and I closed my social media account. Uh, I think let me see what I needed to change in order to have the life. Well, maybe I have to focus more, to focus in my work and not to pay attention on, not to waste our time with the people's conversation, especially because in my company there are some people who don't have some objective in their lives. Even in the company, they don't have some goals to achieve. So they disturb some of the another workers their jobs. So I needed to focus more in my work, in myself, in order to, I think, to avoid that conversation. And the another thing, maybe, well, uh, go to the bed early or wake up. Go to the bed yet early and wake up earlier is, I think, a good habit when we need to make time to invest in some studies or some projects. Uh, Pedro, what's your thought about it? What do you think about that?
So I think that I am a good phase of my aptitudes. I'm working a lot and spending a lot of time in studying. Maybe the one thing that I need to change is about spend less money to invest and get financial liberty. And I think it's that, because about the apps about study and working, I think that I'm doing the best if I can. If I focus on do more that, maybe I can get some some mental problems like I forget the name. Um Anyone remember when you get so much anxiety and you don't can do anything, and burnout. I think that's, if I improve more time working and study, maybe I can get a burnout. So about that habit, I think that's I'm okay. I'm doing the best if I can.
I see. And how's that for you, Maria? What do you think?
I think the biggest thing that is keeping me away from my goals right now is that I'm currently unemployed. So like it's a big meta, and the tarefa that is closest to me right now, that is the thing that I have to work in, is getting a job, I think, right now. Then after uh, I I como é que fala? Depois que tipo eu conseguir um emprego, I will have to work on applicating for vagas lá fora, and studying more languages if needed. And I will always have to work on myself and study and tipo me atualizar na área, porque sempre tem coisa nova, sabe? Eu acho que é isso mais agora, sim.
I see. And now I'm curious, which language would you like to learn out of English that you mentioned it?
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I think I dream about living in Germany or the Netherlands, and I think German can be an tipo, como é que fala? German could be easy to learn if you have like a good English, because I think a lot of the words and word structure, not word structure, because I know German has like uh, the words are combined, but they come from the same origin, So I think it would be interesting, but I think Spanish, because it's like one of the biggest languages.
That's great. I don't speak Spanish yet, but I do study German too. So if you want to go for it, I have this advice for you. Just go for it. And as you said, the English brings so much facility for you because we have many similar words, and the way anyway, it's already a great step if you know the English, talking about studying German. So that's amazing. And Peter, about the next question, number 4, could you read it and answer?
Right. You ever been part of a group where everyone supports and encourages each other to achieve great goals? Does having this public comment help you in any way? Yeah, I think yes. In my group of the university, I can get good friends that everyone focus to get good jobs and doing great projects. So we do like a great group together and working to get the same goals.
That's great. And how's that for you, Sydney? Have you?
Yes, I participate in some groups like that some years ago. I think like Pedro, when I was studying at university, I had a group in my class and another in my field in the accounting area. But now, because normally I have a busy day, I haven't part of that group. I don't participate in that group, but I strongly agree the importance of that group that can support and encourage people in different ways. And another thing is we can receive feedback from your actions or habits. And yeah, that kind of thing can help us to achieve our goals and objectives.
Yeah, that's great. And as you both said, being part of it, for me, I feel it's also so great, I'd say. And just like here, being on TNT, I feel like it's a great thing for me, and I hope for other people too, and for you especially, because it's so there everywhere you are. It doesn't matter if you are the immersion you are, you always find the people with the same objectives as you, that is to learn English, to speak more English, to develop this part of the communication. So for me it's amazing, really, not saying because no, it's really great for me. And it's so encouraging, like even though I'm on a bad day, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to study, but then I remember from here, or the things that really can help me, can to remember that the why I started, the reason I started. So for me that's really great too, to have this possibility, to have this group. And how's that for you, Maria? Have you ever?
I actually participate in a community called Ladies at UX, and I volunteer in uh, the the chapter that is in my city. The community is organized by chapters. Like there is a chapter in Porto Alegre, there's a chapter in São Paulo, and things like that. Um, so uh, I think this is the closest I have to participating in something that everyone is trying to cheer the others and like push everyone up. I also participate in another communities, but since I volunteered in the Ladies at UX, I feel I'm closest to this. Anyway, I feel I'm closest to Ladies at UX than others communities I participate.
I see. But that's great. You have this group that really supports you, and you support them. And how's that for you, Sydney? No, did you answer? I'm not sure.
Number five? It's number four. Yeah, I answered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's Bia.
I participate in an independent sports team called Ladies of Helltown. We are a roller derby team. It's kind of it's not everyone knows what it's like. It's like a race on roller skates, and we are independent because we don't have as almost all sports in Brazil. We don't have sponsorships or support from the government or anything. And everything we do is everyone who makes the effort to do a little bit of work to help each other. And I grew very close with my colleagues. And even when I was not here, when I spent the 6 months on Brasilia, they were always there for me. It was kind of hard time because I was very alone there. So they made a difference, even just online. They were there for me. So I think it's that.
Yeah, that's great. This thing about being part of a group, not like, I'm not saying, at least that's my point of view, it's necessary for us to be someone, to be part of a group. No, but it's so much better when we are part of a group that really supports us, and then we support them, the people of the group and all, because it's better having this support from each other, not only you. Even though I'd say it's possible, but if you want to go further, I think that's the word, we need to have people around us so we can count on them, and they can count on us. Not try to be autosufficient, to be rude, arrogant, like I can do everything by myself. No, but if you have this support, I'd say it's great for us. And Maria, could you read it? Can you read and answer the next question, number 5?
Yes, of course. I was writing in the chat because I remembered a word, and then I searched the translation of the word, and is pertencimento. Daí, tipo, sentimento de pertencimento vira a sense of belonging. And I think that's the main thing we usually feel when we are in a place and with people that treat us that way, you know? So I will read the question number 5. How do you manage your time and filter your priorities? Does having a healthy and organized mind help you make better decisions? I have to answer it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I like to have a little notebook, and I carry it everywhere. So like when I'm doing something and I remember something I have to do, I write in the notebook, because then I feel my mind can focus on what I'm doing and not think about that thing that is in my mind, you know, like putting in the drawer, tipo botar na gaveta para depois, entende? I like to do that. And I also like to use a Pomodoro timer when I have to study and make work sessions and things like that. I believe having a healthy and organized mind can help uh, to can help us to make better decisions, because sometimes when we have too much on our minds, and we have to deal with a lot of stuff, uh, our brains can like be a little foggy, you know, like tipo nublado, como se fosse. and it can be more difficult to see in long term the things we are deciding, you know. But I think like even tiny things like going for a walk, I feel that it helps a lot with like brain fog. I don't know if that's the word, but that's the thing that came to my mind right now. And going for a walk, I like to watch the trees and listen to birds sing, you know. I feel things that connect me with nature make me more like at peace, and also my mind. um
That's great.
I have to choose a colleague
You can
to
choose,
answer.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Bia, what about you?
Is the five, right?
Right.
I have quite some difficulties to manage my time because I really like to do a lot of things. So I'm like I have three courses, I have two projects I'm working on, so it's very hard for me to organize my daily schedule. But what I try to do is prioritize and based on the commitment that I have with it. I think if I have on my job, I have a project that people are me cobrando. Can you help me with this word?
I don't know exactly how to say that. Anybody knows? Me cobrando?
No, I don't know.
But
But
yeah, go
anyway,
ahead.
if I have some people there, if I have a commitment with someone, it helped me to get things done. But if it's like an online course that I can do in my time, it will be there probably a whole week forgotten until I get back to it. Um, on my case, I have to have a physical space or organized, so my mind can be organized too. I have a very hard time when my home office here is messy or dirty because I keep seeing things that I have to tidy up first, and I don't do anything else. So I try to maintain physical organization because it kind of reflects on me.
Let's see. And I'm kind of like you, as you said, like if that's for me, I can take, I use more time to do it. But if that's for somebody, I prioritize it, so I do it more, I do it faster. But when that's for me, unless it's something that I really want to, like a hobby that I like to do, then I tend to do it fast because I want to see the results and all. But I'm kind of like that too. And about the physical space, I've I feel like it's important for me too to have this clean view of things at my home, at my house, at the computer, on the phone, the apps there. For example, just as an example, that can really help me to get to to be able to understand the things, to be able to organize the new ideas that I can get. So for me, it's kind of like that too. And how's that for you, Sydney? How do you manage it?
Yes, firstly, I try to prioritize my family and then my work, and then thirdly, my studies and my projects. I well about my time and my projects, my plans. I try to divide it in small parts and try to achieve all of them. I have some. I have a schedule to achieve it on a daily basis. Every day I have a routine, and well, I think about Maria said. I also write down some of my objectives to try to help me to not forget them, and try to keep me in my path. And another thing is important is about that second question to have a health and organized mind. I think food have I think a crucial role in that. I think when you try to eat health food, it help our body and mind to be healthy. I think when we it's not it not means that we need to avoid 100% junk food or health food, but all of us know the effect of it in our behavior, in our organism, in our body. And when we eat more health food, I think it can help us to maintain our focus, maintain our body, I think, in good condition, working well. So I think that's it.
Yeah, what you said about writing down, for me, it works too. And especially when I have to really remember something, because if I just read it on the computer, on the phone, I will probably remember it if that's really something that I like memorable. But if that's just something like nothing special, I will probably forget it. So if I write it down too, I can clarify things too. And about apps, like just to manage time, I use the Google Calendar. I think it's great. I would like to try other apps or platforms too. I think there's Trello. I tried once, but just to manage the things that I have to do during the day, but I just didn't continue with it. I don't know why, but that happened. So for me, not right now, at the best thing that I can do is to have this to actual no to update always the Google Calendar so I can know what I have to do in which time of the day. And Maria, about the next question, number 6, could you read it and answer?
Yes. I just have a question before, if possible. I remembered a couple of months back, I was trying to study of university, and I had to organize like days where I had a lot of things to do, and I made like a document to print and organize the day, and I would like to know if maybe after our immersion I could show the PDF to you guys, so that if you some of you I don't know, like it helped me a lot, and maybe you could do it at your own homes, to organize your own tasks. Um,
See, if you want to, there's you can share it here on the chat of the meeting, so we download it and then see, you know.
Deixa eu ver então. Ah, tá.
If you want to,
Eu posso ir enviando então e ler enquanto isso?
all right, you can.
Tá. Ele tá um pouco feinho só, tá? Mas
No
acho que
problem.
mandou. Daí só para explicar que daí é tipo no lado, é uma coisa que eu sempre percebi que quando eu tava fazendo alguma tarefa, vinha algumas outras coisas na cabeça. E daí do lado eu anoto, tipo, o que é para amanhã, o que é para semana que vem, e livre porque é só tipo coisas que não tem data exata. E daí, por exemplo, tipo, o A maior é porque é a tarefa A, e daí tem tipo 3 mini tarefas para completar a A, entende? É tipo isso assim, eu fiz tipo 3 tarefas por dia, digamos. 3 focos, digamos, né? Tá. What was the best life advice you received that you remember to this day? One time, a friend of mine said to me that we have to work to live. We have to work to live a life worth living. So when we are like, oh, I don't know if this is something I would like to do, or if this is something I would like to keep in my life, we have to think, if this is this a part of the life I want to live, and if not, we can like work to leave that habit or even that place and person. I think that's the best advice I received. Um,
Okay,
I think it's really pretty even advice. Like it makes us remember what we are doing here. You know.
yeah. And what was the best advice for you, Sydney? The best advice you received?
Yeah, thanks God, I met a lot of good people in my personal and professional life. Uh, about my professional life, some of them taught me to focus in my goals and objectives. I think when we have goals, objectives in our life, it gives us a sense to a sense in our life to live for something, for someone, and to achieve to work hard to achieve that goals. And it yeah it gives us a vision that we want to where we where you want to get in the future. And the other thing to have a right posture in the workplace and avoid to waste time with the people that don't work. I think many cases we find different people, we meet different people in our life, but I think we need to select some of them because all of us have some objectives. We have some a different behavior, but I think some people they don't have a good behavior, and it's important to avoid them to not have I think intimate contact with them, and they try yes, to make contact with people who have the same who have the quality we did is a good quality to be a friend for you or at least to make contact with them. Yes, that's it.
That's great. And what was the best advice for you, Bia? Something similar to the others?
Yeah, I think it's about sticking up to something you're doing and don't give up even if things are hard because uh, things are temporary. So we have to go through it.
Yeah. And mine, the one I'd say is kind of related to it too, is like do your best. What tiver que acontecer will happen. That's okay, but do your best. Do everything that you can, and then you can have your you can have this knowledge about you that you did everything that you could. If you didn't and something went wrong, went the in a bad way, you would think, oh, maybe that's because I didn't do what I could, so now I'm in this situation. So that's what I think. Just do your best, do what you can, and what we would need to happen, what should happen will happen, basically. And guys, I wish we had more time to discuss about this topic. I really liked this one because I think it's something we can really reflect about it and to see how it applies in our daily life. But I want to ask you guys one more question, and I would like everybody to answer. And the question is, what did you learn today in the conversation? It can be about a new word, a new expression in English. It can be a lesson of life, anything. Sydney, could you start? What did you
Yeah,
learn?
sure. Yes, I learned that everyone have their objectives, and I think interesting because uh, we need to focus, we need to pay attention, yeah, especially in our path, and I think to get away something that can distract us, and I appreciate a lot that immersion, that conversation, and yes, I think yes, that's it.
Okay, very nice. Thank you very much for being here. And how about you, Maria? What did you learn?
I think the thing that stuck with me the most is that everyone is always doing their best to be better and work on themselves. I feel even at Talk and Talk we have like a little community where we try to cheer each other up and help each other. And I don't know, I feel like that sense of belonging that I talked about before, I think I'm feeling it a little bit more today.
Very nice. Thank you very much for being here with me. That's always a pleasure meeting you here. And for last but not least, Bia, go ahead. What did you learn today?
I think everyone has some kind of things to teach you. Maria sent this PDF here that can be probably I will try to use it on my daily habits. And I think to be humble, we always have something to learn from someone. So we don't know all truth. So we have to be open to hear people and hear other perspectives on stuff.
That's it. Very nice to meet you. That was a pleasure meeting you here too. And guys, I just sent the survey link on the chat. So if you guys can, please just leave a comment telling how the conversation was for you. If you liked it, if you have some suggestion, any suggestion about something that I could do better for the conversation, or if you have any suggestions about different themes, different topics that you guys want to talk about in other immersions. And if you guys want to be with me again, I have two immersions on Tuesdays. It's 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. You guys are always very welcome there. Thank you very much again, and I hope to see you again anytime. Thank you, and bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mel, Beatriz.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.